Hello and welcome back to Jump In Let's Play. Today's video we're going to be taking a look at how to play Savernake Forest by Devir Games and distributed in the UK by Thames and Cosmos. So here we have the setup, fairly straightforward. We'll run that through you and then give you an idea of the gameplay. So first we have our game board here. This will reference which tile is in each area as well as which bonus, which benefit you get for taking that tile. So this one here, if you take this tile, you become the first player. This is randomly determined for the very first turn, but every turn thereafter, whoever takes this one is the first player. If you take this tile here, then you get a water droplet. We will explain those in just a moment. Conversely, if you take this tile here, you will get a henge. Finally, the last space just denotes that this is always the animal spot, so you can add more animals to your forest to try and score more points over the course of the game. Each player is also given their own animal cards here, their own animal tile. On here you're going to have a few different features. So first up we've got the animal itself. We've got ourselves a cute little hamster gerbil creature here. And around the edge you've got the 4 different food types that you can find on paths throughout the game. Each food type has a value next to it, so you can see here the fruit, worms and nuts are worth 1 point each to the hamster, and the eggs are worth no points to the hamster. However, throughout the game, if you do take the second tile on the board, you get to take one of these water droplets and then you can add it to your animals, and you can add it to one of their foods and increase that food's points value by 1. So we can do this on here so that they're all worth 1 point each. However, we might have loads of strawberries on our path, so we'll do that and we'll make our strawberries worth 2. You can only add 1 to each food, so it can only go up by 1 value. Then in the middle here we have the henges. This represents how much food it can store. So there's going to be some food types along the board that you might not be able to pick up, or others that you do want to pick up further along the board, and this is what this is going to represent. So anytime you take this tile here, you get one of these and you can add it to your animal, and it will mean that it will now have 4 storage, for example, and these can be stacked unlike the water droplets, so that will give us 5 food and so on. Really important because you pick up all the food whether it scores for you or not. So at the moment, if we were to have eggs on our path and they didn't score us anything and we had strawberries afterwards, we would want more henges in order to get to the strawberries to score us some points. Then finally, each animal has its own points value that will be added to the end of the game. So the first player is randomly determined for the first turn, so we will say that that is us for the demo, and then for our turn, we will pick one of these 4 tiles. Placement for these tiles is fairly straightforward. You can place it in any orientation, but it has to fit inside a 4x4 grid. We also can't place 2 animals together so that they end up meeting on the same path. So we will pick our first tile. So we've got these strawberries here. That's a pretty strong start for us, so let's take the strawberries and we will add that there. Now that we've taken it, it does mean that there's less choice for the other players in this round. It also means that we secure that rooster for our first player for the next turn as well. Each player will then take theirs, and then once every player has taken, if there's less than 4 players, any remaining are discarded. If there are 4 players, everyone gets a pick. So we'll say that everyone has taken theirs, and then we replenish the game board. And then we will start our second turn. So we look at this one here. We've got some good choices for our gerbil, our hamster here. We've got a strawberry and a worm here, which they like both of those. We also have a strawberry and a nut here, an acorn, which they also like, so we can take either of those. However, if we do take this, we're going to hit our maximum threshold on the food, but we do get one of these as well. So that could be quite useful for us because it's not the end of our hamster's journey just yet, scurrying away collecting food. So we will add that to this, which means we've now got a threshold of 4 for our food for our hamster. And the game will keep going like this until each player has a 4x4 grid comprising animals and paths. At the end of the game, you will score each animal based on their path plus their individual points total. So, for example, this one would currently score us 2 points for the hamster itself, and then plus 2 points for the strawberries and 1 point for the acorn. And that is everything there is to Savernake Forest. I hope you enjoyed, guys. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask in the comments below. And if you'd like to try this game out yourself, we do have it available in the library, as well as plenty in stock on our shelves for sale as well. Thanks for watching.